Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kenos, and we are here tonight with another gym class feeders. I hope you all are ready. We're doing something a little bit different. For starters, it appears to be a solo cast, so you all are stuck with me for the duration of the festivities this evening. Along with that, we actually have three teams tonight, as opposed to two, which means that we're going to be playing two best of ones. My understanding is we're going to have the first two teams play, and then the winner of that team plays the third team. And we'll see how that shakes out. Have a couple of interesting potential matchups in this first game as we're getting it underway. Hopefully, everyone who is saying that they are ready mean it. Gregosaurus Rex says that they are strategizing. So if you guys can visualize it in your head, you got Sigtau Eternal, Alonzi Tardis, Gregosaurus Rex, Pointy, and Queen Elizabeth up against Relexus, Calhop, Chaosix, Fan, and Burn the Heretic. Um, so a couple interesting matchups to look at right away, of course. Relexus versus Sigtau Eternal seems to be a commonplace in these gym class feeders. Two very strong top laners. Alonzi in the jungle position, Calhop as well. Mid lane, Gregosaurus Rex up against Chaosix. I was actually wondering, because of the picking nature of this format, if we'd actually have Gregosaurus against Queen Elizabeth, which would be kind of interesting because they live in the same house. But it's the entire Gregosaurus Rex, Lizabear, Alonzi house, basically, in this Brew City Brawlers team for game one. Up against Cowbell, who, definitely some strong contenders here. Relexus flexing in chat earlier today on the Discord with those Teemo picks. Speaking of which, if you aren't part of the Discord, feel free to look it up. We just launched a whole new rash of social media with our good friends over there at Twitter and TikTok and Instagram and all that good stuff. So if you have those profiles, feel free to follow it. Peach is doing his damnedest to make some good content for us. So we got the band starting off right away. Keeping the Kled off, of course. Kled can be a very intimidating champion up in that top lane. And Morgana, always flexible, always scary, especially in the hands of Gregosaurus and Elizabeth. Leona ban out as well. I wonder if we'll get a Swain ban. Queen Elizabeth did do very well with that during several LCOS splits previous. Surprised there really aren't that many bans targeting Relexus. Maybe they think that he's just playing so many weird things they don't need to ban him out. Warwick targeting Alonzi, but, he's got a deep enough jungle pool, I think. Alright, so two top lane bans and one support ban, unless Mordekaiser jungle is a thing. We'll see what the final ban here is for Cowbell. They could target something else in the mid lane. Get rid of Gregosaurus's vast pool. Narrow down some of the things that they'd rather not play against. And we will see where it goes. Yep, take out the Nico. So, we see sort of where the two teams' mindsets are. Obviously, Morgana ban could be anything. But, you want to keep some tools out of that mid lane, out of that bot lane. And insta-lock this, well, not insta-lock, but pick up the Swain, because why wouldn't you? I imagine that if the Warwick was not banned and the Swain was, it would have been a Warwick first pick, but, anything's possible. So the Swain is mostly going bot lane. We'll see if they decide to lock in Relexus' Teemo right away, which he was screaming about earlier. Oh, we do have the Rel pickup, possibly going down to burn the Heretic's position. Maybe they're worried about more support bans, and they don't want to lose out on that pool. Taking a sip of water. That's the problem with the solo cast. The water pauses are more obvious. So we may have our bot lane set up already with Rel and Tristana. Rel, Tristana, and against the Swain here. So bot lane picks, theoretically, aren't the worst thing in the world. You're not revealing too much of your hand when, theoretically, Cowbell has already shown what they're going in with. So maybe grab the ADC here. Depending how confident Alonzi is, there's the ADC with Kai'Sa. Depending how confident Alonzi is, maybe they want to grab a jungler pick here just so that he doesn't get banned out. But then I figure that all the bans will probably end up being targeted on either... They could do 2 Gregosaurus, or they could theoretically take out like Ornn or Malphite or something. Yeah, so they grab the Vi jungle. Not a huge fan of Vi. Hey Nickel, thanks for hanging out in the chat. Not a huge fan of Vi for the same reasons I'm not a huge fan of Jarvan. We could talk a little bit more about that once we get into the games. There were discussions, if I recall correctly, last week about the dangers of letting the Rek'Sai through. And they have done that because they were more scared of a Leona for some reason. So, we'll see if they live to regret that or not. But, you know, you can't really sleep on Swain on Liza Bear and Gregosaurus on whoever he picks up, though obviously losing the Nico is a big blow. Take out the Gangplank for no reason. So this is either going to be a mid lane ban against like something like... Yeah, or it's going to be 2 top laners. Box out Eternal, but he could just take Nasus. Nasus is still available. I feel like with the team that we have set up here so far, though, he might want to be somewhat a little more durable. Nasus can get big, but that early game can be real rough. Okay, and takes out the Zoe. So we'll see if they pick the top or mid laner first. I almost imagine they're going to pick the mid laner first. If only because that way Relexus can get his most optimal matchup in the top lane. But we'll see how Kha'Zix is maybe feeling about that. Maybe whoever Kha'Zix wants to play. Yeah, see? Relexus has such a deep top lane champion pool. He wants to know exactly what he's up against to know how much to pressure the opposing team. So, you know, you take the Nasus here, you get hit by Nasus counters. You take something more fun, like, you know, maybe Urgot, maybe Jace. Looks like Maokai is going to be the pick here. He's safe. Not as safe as Ornn or Malphite, but we've seen Maokai survive for a long time up in that top lane. So, of course, now Gregosaurus has to pull out his Rolodex and see which mid laner he's calling. Looks like it's going to be Lux. Alright. Big lasers. I don't know if I like Lux in this team. I suppose the snares are always good, long-range lasers, big damage. Maybe would have preferred someone else, but we'll see how it goes. Of course, Maokai can also get durable, and Relexus picks the boring Jace play, as opposed to something fun like Tahm Kench. Or Teemo, which he was threatening in chat, but is not picking, because he's a coward. So, here are our teams. We have Jace, Rek'Sai, Orianna, Tristana, and Rel for Cowbell. And once the shuffling is done, we should have Maokai, Vi, Lux, Kai'Sa, and Swain for Brew City Brawlers. Taking a look at the individual matchups here is generally not something that a play-by-play commentator does, but we'll try our best at it. Looking forward to the potential for ganks for both of these lanes, or both of these teams, rather. Vi, of course, can have very dangerous single-target ganks at level 6, having that good homing in ultimate, but also just having any sort of dashing ability is very powerful for junglers as well. You get that gap closing in case you're spotted, you get chase ability if you weren't spotted, And that is definitely one of Vi's benefits, and also Jarvan's benefits, to be fair. The reason I don't like Vi or Jarvan, which everyone here who's already listening probably knows, but I'll say it again anyway to kill time, is that if they don't get any sort of farm, if they fall behind, they're basically killing themselves when they ult. Jarvan especially gets a "you're locked in here with me" on him frequently. Vi even more so because hers, depending on who the champion is, can get drawn out, so you can actually like lead her into a kill zone. Um, and I've just seen some really, 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 really sad games um, from Vi's. Played some of them too back during my jungling phase. And especially with CalHop's Rek'Sai being so scary that they were saying last week, you don't let him pick it or you lose. There could be some real jungle pressure coming out of Cowbell that Vi will have a hard time dealing with. Um, Moving along, we've got some good. I don't know about great engage possibilities here coming out of Brew City either. I mean, obviously Vi's ult and Maokai's ult. Maokai's ult, of course, I've always thought that Maokai's ult, which I was almost going to call new ult, um, is very powerful for initiation for defensive purposes as well. But you know, Tristana can do some crazy jump ins, and without a lot of durability on this team, Tristana could just go insane. Rek'Sai also. Jace, I hate Jace. I don't think anyone actually likes Jace. They just like torturing people with him. Not that he's great, he's just annoying, right? Having decent melee stuff, being able to switch to range whenever he wants, those long range snipes. Um, Not a fan of him either. Oriana's good though. Oriana Lux mid should be interesting. Oriana's ultimate being able to pull some people out of position. Another thing that will kind of possibly deter this Vi from going in as much as she might want to is that the Oriana can do things like pull her off targets with the vacuum of the ultimate, shield whoever Vi jumps in on. And also, there's a lot of mobility on Cowbell. So any sort of engage that might happen, they should be able to get away with it pretty easily. Not so much from the Oriana, but from the Tristana, the Rel, the Rek'Sai. So yep, here we are heading into the skin selection. Uh, no one to compete with my opinions, so I can
I'm here to
just.
compete with your opinions.
Hey, Ace is here to compete with my opinions, but I have a good authority that you like project skins also.
Yes, that's true.
So
What
much for
about
that.
what about psyops? What's our opinions on psyops skins?
I don't see them often enough to have an opinion.
They're
I do
basically just biker project skins.
basically, rough cyberpunk skins. I do like kind of the synergy going up in this top selection though.
Yeah.
Got kind of the white and blacks, and of course Totemic Maokai being Totemic Maokai.
I'm not a fan of the Black Frost skins, because Black Frost, whatever the new one is, looked too much like the Malphite skin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's Black Frost Alistar is the other one that just looks like Black Frost Malphite. So I just keep flashing his Q.
Yeah, and of course I have takes on Dragon Trainer Tristana because she was so often picked in the LCUS before. There's other Tristana skins, guys.
No, there's not. That's the only one.
I mean, it feels like it sometimes. And of course, no Rel skin. What are you doing, Heretic? It's the LCUS. Skins are what matter.
Yeah. Yeah, so we already know which team won, so we can just queue up the next game. That
Unless of
means
Unless, of course, CalHop's Rek'Sai is just so good that his Black Frost skin can carry the game. I don't know if that's possible. We'll have to see what happens.
yeah.
So, Ace, since you're here, which matchup are you looking the most forward to?
Um, the Sigtao Eternal versus Rolex's top lane matchup, split six finals rematch. That's the one I'm going with.
Mm-hmm. Always interesting when those two run into each other in the top lane. Eternal, leaning more on the durability side of it, and Relexus leaning more on the damage aggression side of it. And that'll be especially helpful if this Rek'Sai starts going on a tear, because if the Maokai is pushed back, it'll give Rek'Sai less opportunity to gank, at least up in that top position, which means you have a better idea of where he's going to be.
Yeah. Do you know what the bans were for this?
Yes, I do. I was there for it. The bans were up in the top, or up on the Cowbell side. They banned out Warwick. Let's see, Morgana, Nico, Ornn, and Malphite. And then on the Brew City side, they banned out Leona. Let's see here, Leona and 4 others.
I didn't notice that this is 4/5 of the option 12 roster.
Yeah, that is notable. Once again, Peach gets blown out by the Nightbot. Poor Nightbot, just doing his job, but nobody likes him. So yeah, any sort of invasion plans there fall flat.
No, you're feeding the jungler, right? Is this the new patch yet? I don't think so. Next patch, Smite completely changes.
What does Smite change into?
It changes. So Smite used to level up based on your level, and now once it evolves into Blue Smite, Red Smite, it changes to 900 flat damage.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot stronger early, and a lot less junglers being able to say they miss Smite because the other jungle's a higher level. So
less excuses for junglers. I think that's what we were all looking for.
Yes.
Blame junglers for more things. We don't blame junglers for enough things.
We don't.
We don't. I mean, why aren't you ganking my lane, Alonzi? I don't care that you're level 1. I need my ganks to get ahead in lane.
Level 2 power spike. There you go.
You've got that, Aura. Why aren't you using it? Why would you start red if you aren't ganking immediately? Come on.
Yeah. I did watch Professional League for like the first time the last 2 weeks for MSI, and the junglers were more so doing the path that Rek'Sai is doing than the path that Vi is doing.
Regisaur is sticking around because he thinks that he could get the early kill there, but just manages to get the barrier out of Chaosix, which is the difference in the lanes. Didn't talk too much about the fact that there's a teleport in that mid lane, so we have to keep an eye out on that.
Well, he's really gonna have to use it now to make it worthwhile. Since
here comes that early gank we were talking about, and Relexus just goes down. Easy.
Well, directed camera was showing me mid lane, so
that's interesting. Directed camera was showing me top lane. Oh my god, well, there's 2 AIs?
In Riot, there's no AIs.
Attempted gank in that mid lane, fortunately, for Regisaur's playing right? Yep. Does hit the Rek'Sai. Good little knock up there. Can they get Calhub? I don't know. Regisaur's misses the skill shot, apparently. That's why it's called the skill shot, everybody. Good little pull there by Liza Bear. Can they follow up with it? Pointy going to take a lot of damage from Fan here, but Fan maybe stayed a little too long. It's okay, he's playing Tristana.
Yeah.
You're never in any danger when you play Tristana. Unfortunately, Burn the Heretic is not playing Tristana. I don't think Rel could ever jump like that. She's got too many leg weights on. And very early aggressive lead here from Brew City. But like you said, option 12 veterans playing together.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of an advantage. Oh, little jump in there by Eternal, trying to knock Relexus under turret. Doesn't quite work, has to blow the flash. Winions deal a lot of damage though.
Yeah, I don't think he had to flash. I think at first it definitely looked like it, but when the minions had his aggro, I think the minions would have just taken the Jace down.
Yes, Peach, we do see you in chat now that you've been unbanned by the Nightbot. Very
Hi,
strong CS advantage from Pointy down in the spot lane as well.
Do you guys know what the ban command is for Discord? Not Discord, Twitch. Unrelated.
I just right-click on things. Liza Bear in a lot of trouble here because once again, up against the Tristana. Gets out with very low health, but does get out. 3 people bot currently. And that teleport from the Lux is used. Yeah, Liza Bear, you should probably get out of there. Maybe not. What do I know? Do have a Fire Drake up. A rotation here. Maybe Alonzi looking for some pressure that can lead into taking that dragon. See what happens.
Yeah, with the wave crashing, I'm surprised Swain didn't back, but it's all just a bait for Vi anyways. Still not worth it. Swain should back, and then Vi should just protect against the tower dive for Kai'Sa to catch the wave.
Yeah, it's especially difficult because now Vi wasted that time kind of lurking by the wall and got nothing out of it.
Agreed.
And
Not the
Liza
best
Bear
play.
still isn't going back.
Yeah, it's like the only reason why you stay bot as the support in this situation is to make sure that your AD carry can still farm, right? But the wave's crashing into your tower, so just go back so you can actually be useful anymore. Otherwise, you're not useful. Yeah, see now, Kai'Sa's just gonna die if Tristana attacked again. There you go.
Yep. Liza Bear might be able to get Burn the Heretic. Yeah, Alonzi collapses here. Alright. So they get something out of it, though support for ADC is generally a trade you like. Chaosic's being very aggressive here in this mid lane, but of course Gregosaurus can be aggressive right back. They both have shielding abilities, so it's a little bit of a slap fest.
Yeah, nobody's killing anybody unless they're like 40% health. So
And Eternal once again jumps in, does knock Alexis under turret, takes one shot. So low though.
he is TP still, so like you should just back before he's just gonna hit you with a Q. Ooh, wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Alright, he does ult. Now's the time to go home. The greed.
You know, it's those damn tank players.
It is. The greed. The sacrifice is supposed to happen during team fights, tank players, not in the beginning of the game. Relexus once again going back, or thinking about it at least. I think he saw that Eternal was still in lane and is like, what the hell is this guy still doing in lane? Ooh, Gregosaurus gets pulled here. Big collapse coming. Burn the Heretic with a sick rotation. Great flash though. And Gregosaurus will hopefully go back.
No, people don't go back.
Oh yeah, people don't go back. Alright.
You have the teleport. You just back with the teleport there.
It's okay, he'll use teleport now to get back to lane.
Yeah, but now you don't even have TP advantage anymore, right? Like you do, but you're gonna waste it, and he's gonna walk back to lane and not lose anything.
Speaking of walking back somewhere, CalHop is gonna run over Alonzi here.
Buff transfer complete.
Oh, the Eternal is actually walking, so yes, fully not going to have teleport advantage. Did just straight by and Aegis though. So that's something to take home to your tree kids. But yeah, I don't know. They're a good strong early start for Brew City, and then just the greed of sticking around in lane a little too long has led to this a tie game. No dragon yet, but we got the pings for it. Looks like clearing out some wards. We do have CalHop heading up top lane here. Eternal once again. You're not really going to be able to... Being a little too aggressive for his own good. Does ults, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
Chaosic's also a little bit of trouble. Laser is up. One snare. This is a dead Chaosix, no question.
Well, he does have both his summoner spells still. Oh. Yeah, barriers,
right,
OP,
so-
call your congressman. Blah blah.
Meanwhile, Elizabeth stops a little far forward here. Rel jumps in. The ult from the Swain. Good knockback counter there from Fawn. So, Nobody really died except Maokai because Eternal's a little outclassed right now. Oh, Pointy a little too far forward, trading flashes, but the directed camera wants us to see mid lane. Which, you know, fair enough.
Yeah.
A kill happened there.
You would have thought that top lane would have went Bramble before Aegis versus a full AD top side of the map, but nope.
Maybe. Yeah, Alonzi chooses the wrong way to go and just gets blown up. Very, very rough transition here for Brew City.
Yeah, but the bright side is that Rek'Sai isn't trying to take the Rift Herald yet. Because that was free. So he's taking Gromp Wolves and probably going to try to transition it there, but he would have already been able to get it and use it for turret plates.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that, especially with Relexus in the mid lane, I thought it would have been a natural transition to head to that Herald.
Or at least like 3-man push mid to get some plates there just with auto attacks, right?
Yeah, so, you know, gym class feeders, not optimal. But we will only judge them for as long as they keep playing poorly. Do have a little push in the mid lane here by Lux, but he's about to get jumped on. Vi is there to help. Little speed boost there from Calhop. Lots of wards both locations. Good route. Oh, Alonzi jumps over the bit, but that's enough to take out the Rek'Sai, and that will help with any sort of jungle gap. Can they get Chaotix as well? Big push in there, burn the Heretic. Nice rotation. Probably not needed, but still nice to see. Might even give some overconfidence. Ooh, nice little shot there from Relexus.
Yeah, I think they go for Rift right now. Make sure you stand in between the Jason and the Rift. And just try to shove mid in with the... Oh! Don't know how that snowball didn't hit.
Well, we're busy watching the Rift Herald with my directed camera right now. Burn the Heretic, jumps in on Lizabear. Pointy is there, does dash over the wall, big ultimate as well. Fan, for some reason, I guess, well, just decided didn't want any of that.
He made a business decision.
Yeah, and a reasonable one. Relexus takes a lot of damage from just that straight up normal Lux spell. So Lux is already very scary for Relexus. Oh, but Relexus is very scary in return, but there's a lot of people coming. Nice flash there. Relexus has to flash as well. And this seems like a good Herald time. Yep. Alright, so we got some excitement now in this mid lane position. We'll go to the exciting camera for it. Calhop is lurking there. Thank you, Directed Camera, for showing us that. And they get a couple of plates, but that's about all they get. A lot of AoE damage on this Cowbell team.
Not a great use of the Rift. Like, it's better than nothing, right? But you had 2 minutes left on it. And now it's harder to take plates. I don't know.
They probably figured that they had a little more time with it. Burn the Heretics ults poorly and will die. Did someone just blow flash there? No.
No, but...
It sounded like it. I think that they forgot sort of what I mentioned. Oh! Speaking of forgetting things, forgetting that there's another jungler. For both sides of them, actually. And suddenly Elizabear is 4-0. That happened at some point during this game. Anyway, I think with that push, they forgot what we sort of pointed out, that there's a lot of AoE damage on this team, so you can't really expect to get much done against them with a large mass of creep, or minions.
Yeah.
Because they're just gonna blow them up with their various AoE abilities to stop any sort of dives. But
what do you think of Stridebreaker on the Rek'Sai?
What do I think of Stridebreaker on the Rek'Sai?
I mean, it's a little silly.
It does seem a little silly, but, you know, I quite enjoy the ability. We were talking about a little bit earlier with the drawbacks of Vi. Sort of the lunge abilities are very strong. So maybe he wants that extra little bit of predatorness.
It does look like everyone's going Stridebreaker, so I'm probably wrong, but I don't know.
Speaking of our stride-breaking bug friend, it looks as though Calhop is coming around here. Setting up for a dive. Should be a pretty brutal one. The ultimate is available. Eternal does do a little bit of a dash in there. Looks like he might. Nope.
Yeah.
That sweet aggro breaker.
And for some reason it didn't switch to Rolexes in there at all either.
Yep. They lose first turret, but they do get second dragon. And we're gonna have a mountain Drake for the soul, which is fun because nobody's really durable on this team. Either team. So let's see if Cowbell decides to focus a little more on dragons now that we're in the second half of the dragon phase. But, I mean, everyone's just kind of sticking around in very uncomfortable positions. You know, Gregosaurus, if you were playing Karthus, you could kill Chaosix right now.
Yeah. Or if you just hit more skill shots.
Yeah, but, you know, we're not judging. We're just
They're called
commenting.
skill shots. They're called skill shots.
So, bot lanes... Looks like Liza Bear might be thinking of heading more toward mid, leaving the Kaisa down alone in bot. There is a bit of a level advantage in the bot lane. We do see that the gold is still about equal. If we take a look and see exactly where the gold is. A lot of that gold in the top lane.
Yeah, it's a top and support gold gap right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bot lane doing pretty well for Pointy, though, as well. 1,000 gold up on Fawn. But we'll see what happens. We looked as though we were about to have Calhop rotate into that mid lane again. Sticking around a little bit for some... Oh, it was probably taking out... Well, we don't know what he's doing because directed camera's not showing it. Thanks, guys. So mid turret's probably going to die soon. We do have Liza Bear doing some dewarding, which is very nice. 22 on that ward score. But now Liza Bear's in a little bit of trouble, and that reward gold for taking out the kill is going to be huge.
Wow.
Fan does get collapsed on, though. Meanwhile, it's up in that top lane. They do also manage to take out Chaosix, but now Pointy is probably going to go down as well, despite blowing that heal, and that's 2 major kills for Calhop.
What a fiesta. That was really entertaining to watch those kills come through. I think if Elizabeth had had her ult up at the time, that probably would have been she probably could have turned that fight herself. But
yeah, I was thinking about the Swain ult would have been really good there. Nice that I believe Alon Z also got that kill up in the top lane, so both junglers managed to get some kills. Made the fight, made the balance a little better for both teams here. Alon Z, unfortunately, in his greed to clear out holes, ends up almost getting deleted there. But Maokai scares him off. Check out, speaking of Liza Bear, let's check out some stacks here. 25 stacks, very nice. Looks as though there might be a call to attack in mid, grab the Herald and just go mid again. So that should work. It doesn't look like there's any sort of aggression there that will prevent them from picking that up. Do you think that they should go back mid with it though, or maybe like go top to maximize the value on the Herald?
doesn't matter anymore. Now that plates are down, just use it wherever it has the more impact. Like mid doesn't make much sense because it's like 2 auto attacks, but I don't know.
Calhop is here now though. They took a really long time to kill it, but his one little shot doesn't do quite enough. Yeah, I agree with you about the mid lane question. I don't think that it makes sense to waste that powerful objective. Oh! Big jump in from Alexis from behind. Did use the teleport to do that. Takes out both bot laners, but 1 kill apiece. Poor Fawn. Somebody donate to Fawn's trust fund or something, man.
Yeah, and no stopwatch yet, which is completely understandable. But needs to get more of those stacks.
Starving Tristana's fund. Did you guys know that 1 game out of 10, a Yordle doesn't get fed. It's a travesty.
Yep.
So, if you donate today and stop stealing your ADC's kills, you too could feed a Yordle.
Yeah. Think they're gonna fight over this?
I don't
Dragon?
think so. I think that... Oh, the dragon? No. They're all pretty weak right now. I think that fighting over it would be suicide, so maybe they will do it.
Just walk straight into it.
Yeah, basically, that's what I was... Yeah. That seems to be how Brew City has played the last 10 minutes of this game.
I wish we had a replay feature in this, because I think he, like, DC'd or...
That laser did basically nothing. I don't know if Gregosaurus perfectly threaded that or what. Good job by Calhop in the backside there. So 2 for 1, or 3 for 1, and they also got the dragon. So very rough for Brew City, which again,
yeah, one of those have to just commit completely for it.
Commit completely or not at all, and not at all was the better choice. I think they would have been much better. I mean, obviously, you know, who can say, but they would have been much better off if they hadn't taken that skirmish with Relexus before the fight, since Jace is so good at chipping you down from afar. And then suddenly you're not very useful in helping with objectives when you're a quarter health Lux.
Yeah, also a weird Oblivion Orb from Lux as well. No one on their team really heals yet, so probably could get away with going a little bit more just aggressive AP there.
Nice little snare there.
Gotta just pop that ult right away when you hit that snare. It's only a 40-second cooldown.
Yes.
So just get the snare, ult it, put your Q down, and you're good. You're good there.
Lux and the unlimited cooldowns. Everyone's favorite LCUS minigame. But yeah, it looks as though Lux might be in a little bit of trouble here, or would have been if Relexus was going to commit to the push. Relexus really likes going back. Oh, nope, he's not going back anymore. I guess he saw that Gregosaurus was pushing forward.
Missed the Q though. That's when you Lux flash on it. I don't recommend doing that actually. I do recommend getting a Bramble Vest on the Maokai though.
Too late, we're going Sunfire Cape and we're sticking with it.
Yeah.
LNZ tanks the turret aggro, but they still can't kill the turret. So now they waste it.
The Rift Herald. Somebody don't make Shelly do this. Eternal's trying to do it himself. Oh no, is this not gonna get it?
What a brave tree! No.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Carnage. Horrible Carnage. Pointy should be able to wrap this up though. As we discussed, Fan is a starving Yordle.
Yeah. Tristana can't beat Kai'Sa ever.
Some aggression from Relexus there, a couple of good snares. There's the laser, but too little too late. And Relexus is 6-1-5. Relexus is stealing the food out of starving Yordle's mouths. What's that? Fawn wasn't in mid lane? Oh. Who can tell?
No. You're supposed to just like stand on top of those kills. That's why you need to play tanks, so that you can just like keep knocking them back further and further into your Tristana.
Right. I mean, that's why you play Shen, so you can taunt them over and over again.
What is doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Pointy is like...
Just hard inting. This is a horrible... Good lord.
Pointy forgot that the rest of his team was dead.
I think there's a collusion clause in the LCUS. Not a gym class feeders, but...
Can they get Calhop here? Does have Burn the Heretic there. Liza Bear's here though as well. LNZ is taken very low almost right away and blown up. And Liza Bear should be able to get out. Playing Swain.
He's Swain's particle effects for some reason.
Got some backup. Well, Swain's particle effects in general are kind of hard to see on this skin, I think. Oh my god, the Yordle's gonna get the trust fund!
What's the hotkey for seeing what dragons?
N.
Just there we go.
Alright, so Fawn has gotten the donations. Tristan is no longer a starving Yordle. So we can stop donating money to Yordles now, everybody. We can donate to some other worthy cause, like buffing Aurelion Soul.
There's no good status for Aurelion Soul to be in. It's better that he's just bad. Oh, Trist is getting taken down. The ult saved from the Kaisa in case he needs to follow up on any CC. There's still the ult, but there's also Ori ult, so he chooses not to walk into that.
Good shot by Relexus.
TP from Lux is available. And honestly, it might be worth TPing that you actually get set up in time and don't risk getting poked out. But
yeah, well, no Fawn there is useful for the next 17 seconds plus walk time. But just a big rush in there. Good ult, though. Great ult there from Eternal. We can't see much of the rest of the fight, but we do see Rel just get absolutely obliterated. Relexus, as strong as he is, cannot fight the whole team by himself. Pointy will close out against the Orianna.
Yeah.
And there's that utility that tanks bring to the table, that team-wide ultimate from Eternal bought the team critical seconds. Especially against a lack of major durable champions on Cowbell. Let's take a look at some of the health stats here. Like, CalHop, it doesn't even have 2,000 health. Let's start there. But alright, so they get a third dragon and another turret. Gold lead is still very close, though.
Yeah, where's that gold lead now? AD carry and support and mid. So the whole gold lead, like everyone's ahead on blue besides top lane, where it's a 5,000 gold lead. Relexus.
Classic.
Basically, if you either kill Relexus or make him split push, like he'll just crush every single fight.
And Relexus is going to split push right now. Does have teleport available though, so 4 seconds into a fight he can join it.
Yeah, but for Jace, you really want to hit like 2 shock blasts before you fight to really get like full utility out of him. Oh god.
Yeah, big jump in there on Chaosix. Does try to land the ults. Stopwatch overpowered. Call your congressman. You know, Ace, I have a feeling that no one in the LCUS is actually calling their congressman.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been trying to spread this message for at least 3 splits now. I don't think anybody cares.
No, I don't think they're calling the congressman for any reason.
I think there should be an easy Baron here. We'll see if CalHop can get the clutch steal.
You have to try to get the steal, though. That's the trick.
And suddenly Alonzi chose violence this morning. Does get a kill and will get out because, again, all the gold is on Relexus, and he's, well, to be fair, he's playing Rat Dota.
Oh no!
What the? That's got to be the greatest misclick of all time.
Oh no!
Somebody clip that and send it to Relexus' family.
Oh no!
I hear the chat. We're not look. I hear the in-game chat. We're not looking at it. We don't need to see all the wonderful things that are being said in there right now because we're all thinking it.
Oh no! All right, he thought he had Ignite. I thought he just fat-fingered Flash.
He thought he had Ignite.
This is why you don't smartcast.
Oh man.
That's one for the fucking record books.
That is.
Demonetized, worth it.
The greatest highlight reel of all time.
Yes.
Alright, so here we are. With
for
that...
all the people that said they wanted solo queue highlights.
Yeah, there it is.
He's fulfilling it.
Alright, so they kill the poor little Yordle. CalHop's going in. They might get pointy here. Alonzi is not really able to help that much. Huge shutdown gold onto CalHop. Does that cute little ulti flip around. Does not look like they're going to be able to kill him. Liza Bear is here to possibly get Burn the Heretic as a bonus. Does. Eternal in the backside, but not able to get much done. Gregosaurus left all alone against an angry Relexus. Good flash. Excellent flash. Should get this turret pretty quickly here. Assuming they actually hit it.
Someone attacked the tower.
Alright, Alonzi is going to go down here. Liza Bear is here with ultimate. Might be able to say Eternal. Nope. And Liza Bear, I don't think you're that fed. Is not that fed.
If she had Hourglass, why do they have 2 Morella Nawakons versus no healing?
Winions did their job, though. Well done, Winions. Or was that damage over time from Swain? Probably damage over time from Swain, actually. Well, we wanted to give the Winions something to do, right?
Well,
I think
yeah,
I think the more Nelicons are because of Calhop. We're seeing 46.
no one cares about Calhop. No.
No one
You know,
cares.
he's gonna get blown up.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're all going to get blown up. They don't have any tanks. Yeah, so there feels like there's a bit of a momentum. Yeah, especially here. Double snare. Gregosaurus, once again, not pulling that laser button when he should be. Not just instant laser. You just use the laser and it's already at a half.
Yeah, and that's without any like real cooldown reduction, right? Like if you would have went the other more useful flux items, they'd have, yeah.
Unlimited laser beams.
I do like the Swain build besides the Morellos. Just like to toss the Hourglass in there instead of Morellos, and like Jace would literally not be able to kill him. Maybe even go Ionian Boots, because once again all their damage is from 3 auto attackers.
And Swain does have 53 on those stacks now. Missed that kill in the jungle because the directed camera did not feel like moving after I pressed the button to do so. They are going to get a couple of inhibitors here. I feel like this might be game. 43 seconds on Relexus, 30 on Calhop. That's most of their damage, danger, and gold. But let's see what happens. One final stand here from Cowbell. Big jump in there by Sigtao Eternal. He's going to ult backwards. Burn the Heretic goes down. Good use of the Hourglass there by Chaosix, but to no avail. Turret doesn't even kill Eternal because of a great shield. And this should be the end of game 1 with this Brew City team. Well, maybe not. Spoiled. Nope. With this Brew City team heading on to face Team 3 in our second game.
What a game.
Yeah. Back and forth.
I know what I'm uploading straight to YouTube.
So that,
Just that clip.
Yeah, that teleport in the bot lane. Check out some graphs. Very nice damage done by Relexus. A lot of team multi-man big snowball shots there. Rare to see a Lux winning or losing be third in damage on their team. Probably because not abusing that laser as much as Ace would like. And very nice vision score as well.
You just have to, every time that you hit anybody with any of your spells as Lux, you have to throw all the rest of them at them. That's just the rule.
It does seem to be the rule, but, you know, they won either way.
Yeah,
and
that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters. They also won the skin battle, because skins are all that matters.
Also true.
All right, so that was the end of game 1. We're going to take a quick break as the next team gets all set up to go, and then we will head into game 2. Ace, I think you might be stepping out. Thank you for hopping back in here with me.
Yep, no problem. Token will do a much better job than me, so he's coming in.
All right, well, we'll see about that as we go to a brief break. Everybody, don't go anywhere.